Fortunately for the Kenyans, we have a very robust constitution.
And I want us to come back to that, because you're beginning to bring us deeper into the conversation. But allow me to quickly get the opening remarks of Dr. Erick Komolo, who is a political analyst and equally an advocate. Thank you very much for creating time. You've heard that there were narratives of shareholding. At this point in time, Gen Zs have demanded a country that knows no tribe and that everyone is inclusive, regardless of which political affiliation they lie under or towards. What are your opening remarks to the direction Kenya is taking tonight?
Thank you very much for having me. Most people know me as an advocate, not really as a political analyst. So I prefer to focus on the law. From what I can tell, based on the developments over the last 1 or 2 months, you can easily tell that first, the Constitution of 2010 is working, and it is testing our institutions, particularly those that we seem not to have deliberately empowered, like the IEBC. So you can see the Gen Z are focused on reconstitution of the IEBC. It's also testing Parliament as an independent institution that should ordinarily be checking the checks and balances. And it's clear that what the demonstrations that ended up occupying Parliament showed is that to a larger population of the country, Parliament is seen to be captured and not to be working. It is also testing the police. You've seen the police inspector general resigning. You've seen how they have been perceived not to be doing what they are supposed to do as a police service in terms of harassment, abductions, and of course, it's also testing the military, which is supposed to be a neutral arbiter and protector of all, and many other institutions. So I see a situation where if the institutions are first not deliberately empowered, and two, if those appointed to those positions still take politicized a stand where they are meant to be independent, then reforms that look to me to be triggered now by Gen Z are going to overtake everyone. I think you've mentioned something very important about Mr. Odinga and the stand he took around the national dialogue. You know, for a long time, we've been in a situation where political parties are perceived not to be particularly ideologically inclined, so more interested in being in power as opposed to the process of getting to power. And of course, Mr. Odinga has done a wonderful job in trying to create reconciliation after every post-election crisis. But what this is telling you, particularly the outright rejection by not only the Gen Zs, but members of its coalition, is an indication that Kenya is growing, and people also want political parties that have a stand, that are able to hold the government of the day to account, and that if there's supposed to be some national conversation, it should not look to be like just opportunity to grab power.
All right.
So from where I stand, we are quite in a very good path. The political crisis obviously mismanaged, but certainly we have the institutional structures to solve it.
I want to come back to you, especially on where to start from. Let us not run away from the fact that